So, I may have got a tad addicted to Final Fantasy XIV. Hey, don't look at that! What's up, gamers? Etherizer Adam here with a different kind of video than I'm used to making. I mainly do Platinum Trophy videos, and don't worry, they will still be coming, and I might even Platinum this game one day. Oh. Well, we'll see that in like 2028. Now, my MMO experience is mild at best, with my most played game being Lost Ark for like the first year and a half it was around, and maybe like 100 hours of WoW over its entire lifespan. So this will be my first time playing a tab targeting MMO and learning it. Speaking of which, this is mainly going to be from the viewpoint of A Realm Reborn, as I will give my viewpoint on the rest of the expansions once I get to them. Now listen up, the name of the game is tab targeting. If you've ever played WoW, this is going to be really easy to get. You click on that bad boy, lock onto him, you go to Absolute Town with the enemy you are locked onto. But wait, what's that? I press a button, a cooldown goes on some of my abilities. Well, bucko, that is your global cooldown, or GCD for short. This means you use a GCD and all of your GCDs go no touchy touchy. But Adam, what about those abilities that don't go on cooldown when you press his GCD? Well, I'm glad you asked. These little cuties have their own cooldowns per set ability, meaning they want a little loving from daddy when your GCDs are on cooldown. This means you can weave these abilities into your normal GCDs to be able to output maximum uptime. Next on the docket are classes, and these are split into 3 sections: tank, healer, and DPS. The DPS is split into 3 subsections, being melee, physical ranged, and magical ranged. All the classes vary wildly on playstyle and what you are going to be doing during a fight. This can range from literally pressing one button and hoping that the gacha gods grace you with another button, to a constant weaving of abilities one to another to increase damage of the next. The 2 tanks I have been playing are some of the ones that weave abilities to do extra damage, but they also get a ton of mitigation in their kits, making it almost impossible to die even when you pull the entire dungeon. Of course, every tank needs their healers to slap a band-aid on your boo-boos and give you a kiss on the cheek on the way out. Healers have a consistent way to do damage, so don't shy away from smacking the boss a bit. Now that we got gameplay out of the way though, let's talk a little bit about... Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. The base game's story is abysmally slow and takes away from the first 80 or so hours of the game. I'm not an author, but I think we can all say stories are a pace of peaks and valleys. You have to build up to a climax which then turns downwards with a resolution, and then a valley that eventually will build up to another climax. The problem with the Realm Reborn story is that there's too many valleys of just random nothingness. No build up towards the eventual peaks, and way too much over exposition in some cases because they won't shut up. This lasts for about 60 hours before you get to the ending climax, where the story starts to speed up and keeps its speed to the end. There's also the game's class quests as well, and these range from fat exposition that resolves into a nothing burger, I'm looking at you, monk, to actual story that deepens the lore of the world and adds to the other parts of the world. These would be classes like Dragoon and Scholar. There's even a good story here and a lot of build up to certain aspects of the world that is well done, even random side quests. Now, once you finish A Realm Reborn, you get into the story that would have been patch cycles in between the base game and the first expansion, Heavensward. And holy shit, it's night and day to the base game. The build up, the intertwining story threads that weave in and out of each other, the amount of voice acting that gave weight to scenes that just reading couldn't, a solo instance that was badass and built up the next expansion. When they say after 80 to 100 hours you will be hooked, I I get it. I have been hooked from that point, and if this is a tell of how the expansions are going to be, I'm locked in. I am not going to spoil anything, as I believe you should experience the game the way it is and understand that the slow part of the base game is the build-up to allow the story to hit as hard as it did in the expansion lead-up. I think that is enough talking about the story for now, though. I will give my thoughts on Heaven's Ward once I tackle it, but there is one more part of the game I would like to talk about. Like I said before, my main MMO experience is from Lost Ark, which I have about 2,000 hours in, and if you know about the community in that game, if you know, you know. With that experience, I have always had a bit of anxiety doing raid content or group content in MMOs because of how toxic it would get over there. Yet my fears immediately got thrown out of the window, as random people would join my stream just to say good luck, enjoy the story, help me through content. Random people will come up to me and give me stuff, from new haircuts and mount to some drip to wear so I can look fly as. This also had the cherry on top, as I would skip cutscenes in group content, as I was used to getting lit up in chat if I didn't in Lost Ark, to being reprimanded by the FF14 community for skipping key story moments and told to go back and watch it. I have nothing but the best things to say about this community so far, and I look forward to trying out some of the harder content in A Realm Reborn, like the Extreme Trials and the Coils of Bahamut, all synced. So if you know, or like a Discord or something I can join, besides just sitting in Party Finder, let me know in the comments below, please. The last thing I want to say is this is a trophy hunting channel first. Even though this game is daunting, to say the least, I am going to shoot for 100% completion of this game's trophies. And maybe some of the harder in-game achievements if I'm feeling like a maniac. But I want to thank you all for watching a video that is a little out of my wheelhouse. So if you enjoyed it, I would be so happy if you left a comment and a like, as well as subscribing to know when I post next, which will be my next Platinum Trophy video coming soon. You'll also be notified whenever I go live here on YouTube, as well as over on Twitch, where I stream whatever game I'm feeling, from FF14 to continuing my Resident Evil 2 Remake Platinum journey. Have a wonderful rest of your day, gamers. Peace.